welcome to Easy Math, where your math lessons are made easier. In this video, we'll be talking about addition and subtraction of decimals. Let's begin. Adding and subtracting decimals are just the same as doing multi-digit arithmetic with regular whole numbers, only that we're going to modify a little of the procedures, and if you know how to do them, then decimal arithmetic won't be too hard. Let's start with an easy one, multi-digit addition. When adding multi-digit whole numbers, the key was to stack the numbers up so that the ones place digits line up in a column, which ensure that all of the other number places lined up in columns too. Then you just add up the digits in each column, starting with the ones place and working to the left. Well, adding multi-digit decimal numbers works the same way. The main difference is that instead of lining up the ones place digits when we stack the numbers, we line up the decimal points instead. It is the same thing as lining up the ones place digits. That's because the decimal is our reference mark that always goes between the ones place and the tens place. Now, you've probably noticed that decimal numbers can have different numbers of decimal digits. For example, 12.5 has only one decimal digit, but 6.43 has two decimal digits. And what that means is that when you line up the decimal points of the two decimal numbers, they might not form a nice column on the right edge. Some of the digits might be missing. But that's no problem. Remember, if there's not a digit in a particular number place, you can just put 0 there to help you keep track of things. Now that these numbers are lined up by their decimal points, we can add them column by column. But instead of starting with the ones place like we always did with whole numbers, we start with whatever number place column is the furthest to the right. So we add the digits in each column, carrying or regrouping as needed, and we get 1893. Remember, we're doing decimal addition, so we can't just forget about the decimal point. We need to bring a copy of it straight down into our answer line so we keep the same reference point for our number places. Now we can see that the answer is really 18.93. Decimal subtraction works the same way. You start by lining up the decimal points of the two numbers. Remember that the order of the numbers matters in subtraction, so be sure that the number you're taking away is in the bottom. And starting with whatever column is furthest to the right, you subtract the digits column by column, borrowing if you need to. After that, you just bring down a copy of the decimal point and you have your answer. Adding and subtracting decimals are easy because they are just the same as doing multi-digit arithmetic with regular whole numbers. Don't want to miss our next video? Subscribe on our channel by simply hitting the subscribe button, and see you in our next video.